let's talk about drinks. The drink I'm holding in my hand is called a chai karak. This is an Indian drink, and we appreciate that over the centuries there has been trade between India and Qatar, and parts of their culture have been infused with ours, and one of those results is chai karak. Karak in Hindi means strong. So how do they make this drink? It's tea that's boiled until boiling. They add a bit of milk, and sometimes they'll add spices like cardamom, saffron, and cloves. But the end product is this wonderful, refreshing, hot tea. Yeah, this is good. This hit the spot. But if tea isn't your cup of tea, we have a huge coffee culture. So bye-bye tea, let's talk about coffee. Arabic coffee is very popular in my country, and it's common to see Qataris show off our hospitality and culture through the process of making Arabic coffee for our guests. So Arabic coffee, we call it qahwa. It's made in a very unique way. It begins with actually roasting the coffee beans like this. And a fun fact, you may not have known this, coffee beans actually start off green in color, and it's up to the roaster to roast them to the darkness that they like. For Arabic coffee, the grounds are very, very lightly roasted. That's why the Arabic coffee tends to have a very blondish color. The beans are then poured into a wooden container. They're cooled, and once they're cold enough, they're poured into the coffee grinder, and that's when we put the hot water in there to produce Arabic coffee. Here in the Middle East, you have Kuwait, Bahrain, UAE, Saudi, Qatar, and Oman. We all have Arabic coffee. And the way they differentiate from each other is through their spices and profiles when they're making the coffee. So, for example, in Qatar, you would definitely have saffron and cardamom in your coffee, and it will be a little bit less roasted than, say, an Omani coffee. And speaking of little cup of coffee, the cup of coffee is actually quite small. The biggest one will probably be 30 to 35 milliliters. And when they serve you coffee, they always serve it with their right hand. If someone serves you coffee with their left hand, that's a sign of disrespect, and you're okay to reject it and say, hey, do it the right way. And they'll give it to you with their right hand. Another custom is that when they give you the cup of coffee, you must drink it before you set it on any surface. If you set it on any surface like the table before you drink it, it means that you got beef. There's a conflict with the person who's giving you the coffee, and you need to sort that out before you start drinking their coffee. And when they serve you coffee, there's only a little bit poured in this little cup. And that means that we want you to stay and continue to drink our coffee. If they serve it to you all the way full, it's kind of like saying, get out of my house. And the likelihood of you being kicked out of someone's house because he poured too much coffee is not gonna happen. But they will keep serving you little bits of coffee in this cup, and the more you hand it back, the more coffee will come. Because the secret way to say thank you very much, I've had enough, is to give it a shake. So when you're done drinking your coffee, you shake the cup and you give it back. That means thank you, I'm full. And continue to enjoy the dates and sweets that are on offer. A lot is said with a little cup of coffee. I don't want to do dates an injustice and say that they're just a compliment to the coffee, because they have their own significance. For example, if you are a guest in someone's house and they're offering you dates, it's custom and tradition to eat them in odd numbers. So you can eat 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. But because they're so sweet and you want to take some dates for yourself and enjoy them on your own, if you have 100, that's totally on you, because they're so nice and no one's going to judge you, and it's totally cool. Dates are grown everywhere. You'll see a lot of palm trees around Doha, and the likelihood of them producing dates is very, very high, and they make for a great gift when you're going home from your travels in Qatar. But for you coffee lovers, it's okay. Don't think that when you come to Doha, you're only gonna have Arabic coffee and Qatari coffee during your stay. Here, we have a huge coffee culture. Our pastime is sitting in coffee shops. So espressos, double espressos, Spanish lattes, international brands are here, but also recently there has been a huge number of pop-ups of specialty coffees by local entrepreneurs. And some of them are my friends, and I get to have free coffee every now and then, which is never, never, never a bad thing.